Yeah, good morning. This is Ray Bang Bang Hill. Yeah, sorry I've been away for a couple of about what is it, a week, couple of weeks. Yeah, I had a bit of a bad cold. Thought about the old virus, but nah. I don't. I won't take the injection anyway. I don't believe in it. I think there's a lot in it that people don't really realise. The government are like. One minute it's this Brexit, then it's the jab, now it's the petrol. And you know what I mean? It's gone a bit mad. They got to have something to talk about me. Do you know what I mean? Playing around about petrol, playing around with people getting to work, just playing around with people moving about, taking kids to school, and all that. You know what I mean? The government just play games all the time. They can get the army involved. They can move the petrol easy. But anyway, it's panicking buying. So whatever. Anyway, I was just talking about the last time when I got shipped out of the scrubs for the Pete Doherty turnout, and they sent me to the Mount. Got to the Mount. Mount was an okay prison, bit of a funny prison. You know what I mean? It's a bit weird, but when I went there, it was it was good. It was okay. It was okay at first, and like we all got to do this thing called psychology for this IPP. And one day we was all sitting in the room, what, 30 of us, 40 of us, all IPPs. Remember this? 30 or 40 people, all IPPs. This is when it first come out. This is about '05, but it's about '06, '07, because I've done 2.5 years in the scrubs. So it's to say about '07, and mate, let me tell you something. There was a lot of kids in there. I mean, there was one boy in there, yeah. I mean, come on, I'm only trying to make it. Maybe you're thinking it's not right, what they give him, and it isn't right what they give him. Maybe he deserved maybe 7 years or 5 years, but he didn't deserve an IPP. This boy was about what, 18, 19, and he was a perpetual thief, like we all was. I was a perpetual armed robber and a violent person, and so I deserved the IPP. You know what I mean? I deserved it more so than a lot more other people. Yeah. And anyway, this boy had snatched a phone off someone, and he's running his perpetual phone. All he done all the time is nick mobile phones. Remember this? He nicked mobile phones. Yeah. Anyway, snatched the mobile phone, running. He turned round to find out who was chasing him, and he bumped into an old woman at a crossing and broke her shoulder, and she fell down, broke her shoulder, and smashed her face a little bit. Yeah. He was caught down the road, went to court. He'd done nearly 2 years remand. I remember being in the scrubs with this kid. The kid was always like, he was in the right state, you know what I mean, because he was on drugs as well. He needed the money for heroin, and anyway, mate, I see this kid, and all of a sudden they give him this IPP. They give him 14 months IPP. 14 months, remember? 14 months. He's in there with me in the Mount. He's done about maybe 3 years already, like me. And I anyway, move forward. And he's still in there now. I've been out, what, 8 years, 9 years nearly? It's about 18 years. He's still in there. 18 years for taking a mobile phone and knocking someone over and fracturing the shoulder and bashing the face with it. Okay, I reckon he should have got 7 years for that, you know what I mean? But old woman and whatever he did deserve an IPP. He's done 18 years in prison. The chance of him getting out is not very good, because he won't do his courses. It's ruin him. There's kids in there that just ruined, yeah? You can imagine there's 50 kids in there doing IPPs. There's about 300 or 400 doing IPPs that are still in prison, maybe more than that, and all been doing 10 years, 12 years, 15 years. They've been locked up for that time because they won't do their courses, because their heads, they've lost it all. Their head's gone. Prison is just gone. I just don't know. Just institutionalised is what is the word. They don't want to come out now. You know what I mean? They're just like, finished. finished. For what purpose? It's finished, you know. I mean, let me tell you. Anyway, we goes in this big room, and he got the psychology. The only young girls, 25, 26, 33, 34, the oldest, I suppose, all immaculate, beautiful women, you know, showing all bits and parts of their bodies, and you know, looking at people in a funny way, and these young kids are getting carried away with it all, and so am I as such, you know what I mean, getting carried away, what's going on, you know, and telling us you've got to do this course, that course, everything. But the only thing is about these courses, yeah, you have to wait your turn, and sometimes you have to go to another prison, and it may be 2 years, 3 years waiting list to get to that prison. Can you imagine the pain what goes through your head? Can you imagine how much your head can't take it, mate? Your head can't take it. You're trying to get out. You're trying to finish your courses, and they're telling you that it's 3 years down the line before you do the course. And then you might not pass that course, and you've got to do another year, 2 years. It's not easy, mate. Let me tell you. Me and Fish, we wasn't in the same class. I was in a different class. There was about, 10 of us, and it got 10 people in the class doing the IPP who were doing the courses. That's 10 out of 50. The others have got to wait or get moved out to other prisons, but most of them in the Mount have to wait their turn, yeah? I'm one of the lucky ones. I'll get in first. Mate, you know, I mean, you couldn't believe the pain that goes through your head trying to learn. I mean, I'm a bit dyslexic anyway, it doesn't make a lot of difference. But, you know, trying to work out this, trying to work out that, what to say, what not to say, yeah? It done me a favour now. Now I look at the consequences of everything, weigh out the pros and cons. Always challenge my thoughts in the morning. Always challenge my thoughts, yeah? And I know my triggers, yeah? I've got some really bad triggers, and I know them, yeah? So I've learned 4 of the most important parts of psychology. This is why they let me out, because I learnt it, yeah? When I first went up for my parole, I got 2.5 year knockback, because one of the guys on my parole board was ex-police officer, and I've always bashed up police officers. It's not a good thing. I've always bashed up police officers, broke their jaws, fractured their nose, and all these sort of things, and I got done for a really, really bad one, you know, and it got me plenty of birds, you know what I mean? So it's not good. It's not good. I mean, you know, this is what happens. We get carried away with ourselves. We ain't letting authority take us that easy, trying to bash us up. You know, I mean, the reason I hit a police officer was because he attacked me first. I mean, it's his job. We know it's his job, but it's not his job to attack you, to bash you in the face. You know, and they take that little power that little bit too far. They go over the top of it. Yeah. We all know police officers have got the rights to stop you, got the rights to arrest you. Yeah, but that's it. They ain't got the right to bash you up. You know what I mean? To bash you up. And the thing is, yeah, when they're 3 or 4 handed, they get away with it. They're not only trying to bash you up, they're trying to fucking kill you. They're putting their hands on your neck, you know, and pushing their knees into your chest so you can't breathe. You know what I mean? It's not good. I mean, I know I'm missing out bits and pieces, but I can remember years and years ago, when I was on the run for a certain charge, and I wound up going to my mum's house, and they smashed the door down. I was in upstairs the bedroom. I come down, had a fight with them, and they got me outside, and they tried to put my cuffs on me. Okay, they put the cuffs on the front. I would not get my hands around the back. I would not fight. I would not let them. I fight to the death. They ain't putting the cuffs around my back. No way. They ain't doing it. It's as easy as that. They ain't doing it. They can do whatever they like. Cuff my feet, cuff my leg, cuff my hands, but they ain't putting it round my back. Anyway, they dragged me out, pulled me outside my mum's house. They want me now. Listen to this. They want me now to lay down in the back of the car. Not they haven't got a van, in the back of the car. So these 2 officers and sit on me, yeah? Can you imagine? Can you imagine? These two officers of the law, the police officers, that want to sit on me in the back of the car and kill me. Because what else are they going to do? They're going to sit on me, I can't breathe. They're going to collapse my lungs and I'm going to die. I'm going to go unconscious and I'm going to die. Do you think I'm letting them do that to me? No way. No way. And they're getting away with it today. They're doing it all the time. But this is jumping. I'm just saying things, yeah? Anyway, they ain't get me in the back of the van, there's murders. Back of the car, there's murders. I ain't having it. So what they call for help. They come up, the van pulls up, they drag me across the road. This officer jumps out of the motor, as they do. It's been straight across here with a truncheon. Mate, my boy, he had more power in his arms, he's only 5, than what this officer did, yeah? He hit me across here with this truncheon. Mate, I growled like a baby. I growled like a lion. Ah! He won. He won. They ain't getting it. They ain't put. No, they got me in the van in the end, yeah. But come on, to sit you in the back of, lay you down in the back of the car and sit on you. Come on, please, please, come on. This is what they're doing today, and they mustn't do it. This isn't about what the police do. This is about my IPP. Anyway, I go back to the mount. So they put us on these courses, yeah. Courses that, mate, I couldn't understand them. It took me. I was on psychology for 4 years, maybe even longer than that, yeah. Maybe 8 years, 9 years, 7 years. No, not 9 years, because I was. It wasn't definitely 9 years. Say it was 5 years. Psychology, things they're telling you to do. Write down, mate. Every morning, my cell was on the ground floor. I used to see these women walk into the hut, into the brick building, and I used to shout at the window, "Good morning, miss. Have I got the results? Mr. Hill, we'll be in touch with you very soon." You're on about 2 months later. 2 months later, come in on the board, go and sit on the board. Hill psychology. You go back into psychology. Chuck papers on your plate. You failed. You failed the test. So now you've got to go through that test again. 4, 5 months, 6 months, 7 months, it's the same thing. They don't tell you why you've not passed, they're just telling you failed. So now your head's going mad, you know. But in the end of the day, it doesn't seem like common sense. It don't sound like common sense. Silly pictures this, silly pictures that, yeah. But in the end of the day, it is common sense. You know, when you've got to challenge your thoughts, the way they do things, the maps they put in and all that are challenging your thoughts, know your triggers and your pros and cons, yeah, and really consequences. Consequences are very, very important, you know. I always look at the consequences every day when I'm doing something that isn't right. When I say not right, it's not right that I'm going to drive a crane. I don't know how to drive a crane. And all of a sudden I'm stuck in a crane. Try it, and you look at the consequences. Say I pull the wrong handle and it goes in and bashes someone in the face, kills them. It's a murder charge, not a murder charge, but it's a manslaughter charge. You know, accidental death or whatever it's going to be. But I don't want to get into that's consequences. And then I challenge my thoughts. No, I'm not doing that. That ain't worth it, mate. You know what I mean? And so I'll get there, you know. And when I come out of prison and they put me into, anyway, I'm in the mount. This time I'm in the mount still. I'm doing the courses, and I'm getting quite good at these courses after 4 years of it. And there's people coming in, starting again, and everyone's laughing and joking and stabbing each other with pencils and bits and pieces, you know, and they're not learning. But you've learned most of it, and you're looking at them, you're going, fucking hell, mate, you've got a long way to go. And this kid, what I'm telling you about, who got that little bit of sentence, got 14 months, and he's still in maybe after 17 years, 18 years, 17 years, I don't know. He's not out. He's in prison. Fish told me he's still away. I don't know. Fish told me that he's still away. Fish more has contact with a guy. I contacted people in there that are still doing the IPPs. I mean, we're trying to help these IPPs out. There's not all we can do. We can talk about it on the phone. We can talk about it on the camera. We can talk about it like I'm talking to you now. IPPs are being chucked. It's no longer a sentence. But if you got it, I've got it irrespectively. I've got it, yeah. And so that means that retrospectively, I've got it, and I've got it, and I've got to carry on with it. I went to see my probation the other week. She's now trying to get it took that I don't have to sign on. I don't have to make no more phone calls. They give me that little bit of extra space. But I'm still doing an IPP. I'm still doing a life sentence, 99 years. 99 years. We're all doing a sentence of 99 years. And yet you get these people that molest little kids, kill little kids, rape little kids, bash up women, kill women, and do all these sorts of things that it's not normal. And they get, what, a life sentence? They do 14 years. 14 years. Or even 9 years. And they get sentences, maybe 10 years, 12 years. Don't get lucky, 12 years. And yet someone has took a mobile phone to give an IPP to. And there's kids in there they give IPP for having a fight with their dad and their granddad, bashing them up. You know, all right, they done went a little too far a bit, kicked them in the face and bits of it. They got an IPP. It don't merit an IPP. It merits a sentence. Let these people out. They've done too long in prison. They've done too long. Let them out. Come on, let these kids out. They're not kids no more. They're men. They're men. And the men of their heads are just gone up in the air. They don't know where they're coming or going. IPP. This sentence was mad. It was a mad sentence brought in by the government. Blunkett's blind. He can't see what people, the feelings in people's faces. He can't see that. Come on. And I want, people to try and help these people in prison. These IPP sentences. People are going, oh, they deserve to be put in prison for what they did. Oh, yes, they deserve to be put in prison for what they did. I deserved the IPP. I deserved that. I was a perpetual armed robber, a perpetual violent person. Maybe I did. Yes, I did deserve an IPP. You know what I mean? But it's time now to squash the IPP on my sentence. I've done long enough. I've done 18, 19 years of it now. And Fish has done 14, 15, 16 years of it. Come on, stop it now. Let us have a life. Let us have a life. At one stage I couldn't even travel. I couldn't even go to somewhere else in England without having to go to the probation and telling them I'm there to check on me. Come on, we all know. Listen, I do what I was taught to do, yeah? I do what they taught me to do. Whatever they taught me to do, I do. So therefore, they've got no reason to distrust me now. I've learnt my lesson. I do my courses. I've finished my courses. I've learnt my courses. So let me go. Leave me alone now. Leave me alone. I don't go out there and cause problems. All I'm doing now is podcasts. It's podcasts. That's all I'm doing. Everybody wants me to do a podcast. Everybody's asking me to do a podcast on their different channels. Fair play. Yes, I do. Yes, I will do. Yes, I will do. And tell people about my life. There are lots of people out there who don't even know that I exist, but they do when I go on their channels. Yeah. And that's what some gangster thing. I forget what it is. London Gangsters or something like that, is it? Got hold of them this morning, and they're very clever. There's a young light-skinned girl, absolutely stunning, offended me, and I offended her back, obviously so. And she works them, very cunning, yeah, very clever, yeah, I like that. Anyway, she asked me to come on the show. Something is it something? Anyway, I'll say later on what it is. I'm like, my head's gone. You can tell me something now, and 2 seconds later it's gone. That ain't senile. I bet it's all. I've always been the same in my life. I've always been crazy. People can tell me things 1 minute, and I walk away and forget about it. It's crazy. Honestly, I can walk in the bathroom. I mean, this is that. This has been. I've been this like this for years. You know what I mean? It's just me. It's just me. Maybe it's too many punches to the head. I don't know, but maybe it's I don't know what it is yet. Maybe it's that. Yeah, maybe it's punches to the head. But you know, I'm just trying to get this book sorted out. I've got an interview tomorrow, a big interview tomorrow with some people about my book. My mate Terry, a very, very good friend of mine, mate. I love him to death. He stands by me 1,000,000%. He's right behind me. He's a multi-millionaire. I'm not with him for his money, liar. No, I'm joking. He's my mate, and all I want to do is go forward. He's trying to help me out big time, and I appreciate that, respect that. I love his family and everybody there. You know, they're all everyone, the boys, Sam and Danny, they're good kids, you know, and all the daughters. I mean, I don't know their names. Jade, I know Jade. I get all mixed up with the names. You know what I mean? But they're a really, really nice family. He's a lucky man. He loves his wife Karen, and I think he wants to go back to Karen. I know you don't like it, Terry. He loves his wife Karen. I think he wants to go back to Karen. But anyway, that's what it is. Now I've got a few other things to do, a few other podcasts to do. Other people. We've got Sean coming up very soon. Sean Atworth for the rest. My stories with Sean's going to go on a little bit, because now I'm just going to get into this fighting game. That when I come, you know, my street fighting, my legal fighting, and the people I met into that. You know what I mean? I'm not really going into my enforcement part of it anyway. Really, on my podcast, a lot of people like to know about that. You know, but it's a bit difficult to say certain things. And I've got to work out how to put it together, and I will put it together. I've already done it on certain people podcasts like KONTV. I also done it on what's his name? I forget his name now. I shouldn't forget his name, because he's someone that frightens the life out of you every time you see him. You know, and this is anyway. Let's forget about him for 2 seconds. See what I'm saying? My head's gone. Anyway, yeah, and listen, I'm going to do it very soon. A big podcast with Sean. I'm going to do a big podcast with his gangster thing. There's quite a few podcasts I want to do. There's another one I want to do with Dan and Tavern. People who run Dan and Tavern. Do a podcast with them. There's another one. There's these bands. They want to do a podcast with me. You know, I just want to carry on my life. I want to go forward. I want to do these books. I want to try and do some sort of a film later on in my life. I know good people. One of my best mates ever is a guy called Brian Cox. He's a director, film director. He's, you know, and people must know him. Born Identity. He's been in lots of films. You know, loads of films. Brian Cox, I mean, very good friend of mine, stood by me years and years ago with Jimmy Tippett. Young senior Jimmy Tippett. He's very soon gonna do a book about his dad. His dad was a proper man, mate. Jimmy Tippett. I worked with the old man, proper gangster, proper enforcer. Taught me a lot. You know, he was with white people: Eddie Richardson, Charlie Richardson, Terry Coombs, Terry Sharp, Johnny Old, Davey Old, Gypsy Tom. He was with some proper people, people that he introduced me to, people that really liked me. I was game. I was very, very hard. I was a very good fighter. I still am a good fighter, believe it or not. I don't fight a lot. There are a few people out there that fancy me, but they come and start, believe me. But anyway, that's what it's about. But as I say, Jimmy Tippett is going to do a book with his dad. He wants me to meet him and do a podcast with him and also sit down and talk about his dad's book, you know. And there's a few stories that I've got to tell about Jimmy Tippett, Deptford, Catford, Woolwich, all around there, Blackheath. I mean, we'd even go out further to Brighton, Oostraton, Victor Oostraton, you know, and all them sort of people. I mean, people, heavy people. I mean, there's some people that a lot of people out there that don't really know. So anyway, I'd like to end it now. Please like and subscribe to my channel. And watch some more. I'll do a little bit more. I'll get a little bit of what I want to talk about. I might even do a little bit of enforcement work. I don't know yet. But thank you very much for listening to my channel. Please like and subscribe. I'm sorry about not saying too much about what I was supposed to be talking about, but that's me. All right, like and subscribe. Love you and take care. Have a nice day. Yeah, bye. Bye. Bang bang. Yeah. Bye bye.